Welcome to the top 10 rarest skins in Fortnite. I recently covered the top 10 rarest emotes, so I thought why not do the skins? So make sure you guys drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I won't be including the Renegade Raider or the Aerial Assault Trooper because they're from the season shop. This video is going to be item shop skins only, so no battle pass skins either. So starting off at the number 10 spot, we have the Sash Sergeant. This is a 1200 V-Bucks skin that was last seen 741 days ago. That is actually over 2 years, so you can imagine how rare some of these skins are in this video. But the reason this is at the number 10 spot is because this skin came to the item shop 18 times, which means people playing at that time had 18 opportunities to buy this skin, which is a lot more than some of these other skins in this video. To be honest, I don't really see this skin much. I know one of my friends actually has it, but he never wears it. Kind of a boring skin, so maybe that's why people didn't get it. But because of that reason, that's why this skin is rare and on this list. Moving on now to the number 9 spot, we have the Cypher skin. This was last seen 738 days ago. So basically, this skin was in the item shop 3 days after the Sash Sergeant. However, this only released 10 times, which is 8 less than the Sash Sergeant. So people had less opportunities to buy this skin. Again, it does cost 1200 V-Bucks, which is exactly the same amount. To be honest, I never see this skin. I mean, it's not very clean. It looks like the Renegade skin, but with some goggles on. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't really think many people like it. That's why it's probably rare and not a lot of people have it. But I mean, if you like it, fair enough. I just personally don't. Not much more to say about that skin, so let's move on to the number 8 spot, which is the Scion skin. This skin was last seen 723 days ago, which is actually less than the Cypher skin, but the reason I'm putting it at the number 8 instead of the number 9 is because this only came to the item shop 3 times, whereas the Cypher skin came to the shop 10 times. So as you can imagine, people had less opportunities to buy this skin compared to the other skins. And if I'm honest, I don't think I've ever seen this in game. Never seen it in Party Royale. I don't know anyone who owns this skin. I literally never ever see it. I think Fortnite stopped releasing it because maybe it just wasn't selling too well. Not many people was buying it. It's not the cleanest skin, let's be honest. By the way, make sure you comment down below if you have any of these skins or which ones you'd buy if they came back. Let's move on to the number 7 spot, which is actually the original release of the Black Widow skin. This is not the recent Black Widow that came out. This is a completely different skin, and this one hasn't came out in over 750 days. It was only in the shop 6 times, however, they was all in the same 2 weeks. So if people didn't manage to buy it back then, they had no other chances to get it. There was a male skin also released with the Black Widow called Star-Lord. This is just as rare as the Black Widow. They came out at the same time. They was in the shop for the same amount of time. So basically there's 2 skins for the number 7 spot. But I actually really like this skin and I wish I got it. There's also 2 styles of this skin, and yeah, I really like the second style. When Fortnite brought out all of their Marvel stuff and the other Black Widow skin, I thought this one was going to come back, but it actually never did. So this is getting very rare now. Moving on to the number 6 spot, we have the Cloudbreaker skin. Another 1200 V-Bucks skin that was last seen 766 days ago. So this one is actually getting very rare. It only came to the item shop twice, which means people only had 2 opportunities to buy it and they had to be playing on that exact day. Again, guys, I've never seen the skin in game. I don't know anyone that owns it, and I've never even seen it in Party Royale or anything like that. This is getting very rare. At the same time, though, it's not a very good skin, so I feel like not many people got it, which is, again, why it's so rare. And I wouldn't buy it if it came back, to be honest. Let me know in the comments if you would, but let's move on to the number 5 spot, which is the Special Forces skin, last seen 858 days ago, which is way over 2 years. This skin is a 1200 V-Bucks skin. However, the reason this is at the number 5 spot is because this came to the item shop 32 times, which is actually a lot. So a lot of people had many chances to buy this skin. And to be honest, I do see this skin quite a bit, especially in Party Royale. I do see a lot of people wearing it. Also, I know a couple of people that own it. However, it's still a very rare skin, especially as it's not been out for over 850 days. Moving on now to the number 4 spot, we actually have the Hyperion. Now, this was last seen 852 days ago, which means it came out 8 days after the Special Forces. But the reason I'd say this is more rare is because this came to the shop 17 times, which is pretty much half the amount of time Special Forces came to the shop. And unlike the Special Forces, I actually never see this one. I think I know one person who has it, but other than that, I never really see it in game or in Party Royale or anything like that. It's actually not a bad skin. I don't mind this at all. If it came back, I'd probably get it, to be honest. It does have a female version as well called Dazzle, but this is not near as rare. Moving on now to the number 3 spot, spot, we have the Reflex skin, also known as the Mr. Fresh Asian skin. This was last seen 819 days ago, and it only came to the item shop twice, but it was actually in the shop 2 days in a row. So technically it only released once, but it stayed in the shop for 2 days and never returned. I think the reason this might be is because of all the conflict with the stealth reflex and buying the graphics card for the skin, all that kind of stuff. But there is still, of course, that red and black style, the stealth reflex, which will probably never come to the item shop. This skin was recently updated to the game files, which means it could be returning, but I don't really know what the deal is with it, because when Fresh got his locker bundle, he had to use the female version. So I don't really know what's going on with this skin. It could come back soon, it might not, but for now it is very rare and it's pretty clean, to be honest. I don't mind this one at all. Moving on now to the second rarest item shop skin in the game, we have the Backbone skin. Another 1200 V-Bucks skin last seen 823 days ago. Now, this is a skin that I just never see, honestly. I've seen it once, and I don't think I've ever seen it again. I feel like hardly anyone bought this skin. I mean, it's not the greatest looking skin, let's be honest. I don't even know anyone that owns it, and I don't think anyone even wants it. Let me know if you do, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this skin, to be honest. I don't think it's very clean, and I just think that's why it's so rare, because hardly anyone got it. It also came to the item shop 4 times, which means there wasn't many chances to get this skin. Not much to say about it. Let's get into the rarest item shop skin in the game, which is the Hyperion skin, last seen 898 days ago. This is a 1500 V-Bucks skin, and it only came to the item shop 4 times. Now, this is probably the worst skin on this list, and it's funny how it's the rarest. I just feel like hardly anyone got this skin. I've only ever seen it once, which was in Party Royale, and I've never ever seen it again anywhere else. I don't know anyone who owns this skin or nothing like that. I mean, it's a 1500 V-Bucks skin, so I feel like you have to really like it in order to buy it, and I just don't feel like many people like it, so that's why it's so rare. I've literally seen this skin less times than Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper, but of course, as it's item shop skin, it can come back at any time, just like all of the skins in this list. I'm pretty sure they'll eventually all return one day. So that is all for the top 10 rarest skins. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.